This is a 3LW special report presented by Kinetic Movers. I'm Ronnie.
And I'm the guy that tells it like it is, the most analytical man in the wrestling biz. I'm the gourmet chief, the his cheese whiz. Lotta Dollar Bill, now hold for my close-up.
Please, your rhymes aren't even vanilla ice level. Keep on practicing, moving along, we are excited to showcase Lucha Libre at this month's Three Legacies Wrestling Show. We're going to welcome some of the stars of Buena Lucha Libre. They'll be in action along with your favorites from 3LW. You know, Lucha Libre Wrestling is all about high-flying moves and guys in masks.
Well, that's one step up from your dates, Ramone. Usually they wear paper bags over their heads, though, huh?
Uncalled for. Let's start off this episode of 3LW Special Report with a huge congratulations going out to the new 3LW Heavyweight Champion, Savio Vega, who defeated Bill Bain last month at the Zembo Shrine in Harrisburg to become just the 5th person ever to win the big prize in 3LW.
Now, what a disgraceful champion he's been already. I mean, I think everyone saw how he cheated to win. Now, Bill Bain, he was the quintessential champion. Now, he was a fighting champion. He brought prestige to the title. Now you have a guy who can't even be bothered to show up and defend the title.
Cheated? Obviously, those aren't prescription glasses that you're wearing. I think you need to get your eyes checked. Fans, get ready because Spirit of the Ring is coming to Fusillo Gym on the campus of Millersville University Saturday night, June 28th, and I guarantee you will be on your feet and in awe at the action that you'll see taking place in the squared circle. The main event will be for the 3LW Tag Team Championship. A couple of your favorites, Lotta Dollar Bill. South Philly's finest, the 3LW Tag Team Champions, defend against the team of the Psycho Luchador Smiley and his partner, Montequia. There ain't no other. He is smooth like butter.
South Philly's finest. A couple cannolis that are shell and no filling, and a soft shell at that. Now, because Jimmy Conway and Luca Brasi went soft, they used to be all about winning at all costs. Now, but they got in touch with their feelings. Now they're just a couple guys thrown through, early stages of menopause. Yeah, then on the other side, you have Smiley. This guy, he's got more screws loose than a hardware store, and a guy who looks like a reject from The Masked Singer.
Of course, leave it to you to say something negative. Let's talk about the positives. South Philly's finest, a cohesive tag team unit that has been tearing through the competition here and across the East Coast. Smiley, unorthodox, which makes him dangerous, and Montequia, who has been in the ring with some of the top luchadors. We're talking Ultimo Dragon, Juventud Guerrero. This is going to be quite a clash in styles. Another championship will be on the line at Spirit of the Ring. The CWA Women's title is going to be defended. The reigning champion, Bitterness, with Lilix in her corner, defends against, oh good Lord, he's back, the head of the dessert table and the owner of the intergender bonanza, Stan Styles.
Stan Styles, the king of cream, is finally back in 3LW and ready to dominate, Ramone. And no need to hate. Stan is a role model in the ring, and he's made a career out of putting women in their place. You have Bitterness, who won the women's champion in a 4-way match last July in Puerto Rico. And by the way, one of the other women in that match was Zoe Cannon. All I can say is those whipped cream cans, have them ready for a celebration because Stan is about to put the man in woman.
There are so many things wrong with that statement. All Energy Bro Keller was the inaugural 3LW Heavyweight Champion, and he has yet to be pinned in a Three Legacies wrestling ring, but he's also come up short in his quest to capture more championship gold. Ironically, every time that he's lost, it was in a multi-man match where somebody else actually took the pinfall. And that includes when he lost his championship, when he competed to become the first ever Legacy champion, and when he was in a fatal 4-way match last month to determine a #1 contender for that title.
Excuses, excuses. Now, Bro Keller has had every opportunity to stand out in the pack, and each time he has failed. You need that hunger, that desire to become a winner, and he's not all energy, he's becoming too slow, bro.
The Jockzilla is fired up and ready for his next challenge. It comes in the form of somebody who has shown tremendous growth in the past year and has gotten a few upset wins too. Naeem the Dream Brooks. Can Mr. All Energy add one to the win column, or is he in for a nightmare first loss in 3LW against Naeem Brooks?
Naeem has nothing to lose and everything to gain here. The Dream needs to use his power to his advantage, toss that over-caffeinated tea back around the ring, and put a hurt on him. The longer the match goes, the more he comes down from that high.
Last month, Three Legacies Wrestling debuted at the historic Zembo Shrine. One of the featured matches was a last man standing match that was truly a family feud. Cousins with a grudge faced off. The untouchable Kevin Murphy, the thrill seeker Sage Strong. They had a very brutal match that left both of them worse for wear. In one of the most stunning moments of the match, they would battle on a closed off section of the arena when they got dangerously close to the edge of a balcony. It was a moment nobody predicted, and fans were left stunned when Murphy got the upper hand and sent Sage Strong flying off the balcony and through a table on the main floor of the Zembo. Miraculously, Sage would survive the fall, albeit busted open, and would continue the match, but the injuries sustained, coupled with outside interference, would result in Kevin Murphy's hand being raised in victory.
Sage Strong flew off the balcony. Hey, that's faster than taking the stairs.
No, please.
Then he landed on the merchandise table, breaking it in half and disrupting someone's income source. Now, talk about disrespectful to a small business owner. Sage Strong has been always jealous of Kevin Murphy. He terrorized him with that slimy snake. He's interrupted his wedding. He got what he deserved. I hope he's had enough.
Well, there's one person who hasn't had enough. I'm talking about Murphy's scorned ex, Bryn Remsburg, who was the guest timekeeper for that match. Here's what she had to say after Murphy had his hand raised in victory.
You will enter the 3 stages of hell at the Zembo Shrine. It comes to me making your life a living hell, Turtle Dove. I'm only getting started.
A former champion and a reigning champion have formed an alliance for Spirit of the Ring. I'm talking about the thespian J.S. Hawthorne and the defending legacy champion Wildlife Tarzan Duran. Now, if you haven't seen the Hawthorne video, he had in his possession the Man in Black mask. Who was he talking to, and what's the big mystery?
Now, the thespian, he's clearly preparing for his next act. He loves a good mystery, I will say that. Now, Hawthorne and Tarzan, these two complement each other so well. J.S. Hawthorne is a master of ring psychology, and now you have Tarzan Duran, who's a psycho when unleashed. Now, the perfect formula for success.
Tag team action finds Hawthorne and Tarzan teaming up to take on Tom Mitchell and Trace Parker, Nice and Smooth. Ironically, their team name is the one thing that Hawthorne's back is not.
You and those fans keep saying Hawthorne needs to shave his back. First off, that's disrespectful to the thespian. Second, now let's talk about Nice and Smooth. They're a cross between Mr. Rogers and the cast of the Netflix show Outer Banks. Always trying to be the nice guys, always trying to do the right thing. Hey, how's that working out for you guys? Now, Tarzan takes no prisoners. When you're in the ring with him in his jungle, if you have a weak stomach, you might want to look away during this match because Nice and Smooth are about to be dissected right before your eyes.
Three Legacies Wrestling Spirit of the Ring comes to Fusillo Gym on the campus of Millersville University, Saturday night, June 28th. Get your tickets now and do not miss this very special night of professional wrestling when the stars of Buena Lucha Libre come to the mainland for one night only. Grab your tickets at 3lwtix.com. Quick break, and we are back to run down the rest of the card.
You know what, Weirdness? I think we need to be more serious about this. Hot topic? That was your best shot? Our first time on Three Legacy Wrestling, and we get greeted by someone who assaults a whipped cream can? Let me talk to you, Stan. We didn't come from a storm. We came from the fire of rejection. We were born when others gave up. We grew up among screams no one wanted to hear. And every wound they tried to forget, we made eternal. A living scar. Because you see, we are a curse with a purpose. You know what? You know what happened to those who mocked what they don't understand? They end up crawling and begging. And in the end of the day, they just vanish. You know what, Stan? You remind me of a forgotten item thrown into the discount aisle, waiting for someone to pick you out of pity. You're just a discount tag with a luxury ego. But you know what? When you hear our music for the first time, the walls of Free Legacy Wrestling will tremble. And they'll collapse with you inside. And those weak little ghosts you call ambition, they will pull down under a truth you can carry. This championship will never be yours, but it will be your sentence. And we don't want your respect. We want to use you to prove we came here to end legacies. See you in Spirit.
Welcome back. The one of one, Al Snook, has been one to watch this year. Last month at the Zembo Shrine, he survived a fatal four-way to determine a #1 contender for the Legacies Championship in a match that also included All Energy Bro Keller and NWA star Spencer Slade.
Al Snook has proven that he doesn't need anybody to get ahead. People have counted him down all his life now, but he's proving them wrong.
One of one, Al Snook faces the debuting Puerto Rican poppy El Sazon del Caribe, Caribbe Perez.
Now, Perez has a black belt in Shogun martial arts. Impressive, I'll give him that. But Snook has a PhD in street fighting. He knows what it's like growing up in a rough neighborhood, and he survived, Ramone. No, he thrived, actually, and has a street cred. To quote a famous line, you can't teach that.
This one has been brewing on social media. The star-spangled strongman Byron Simmons, with his good friend, the bombshell Zoe Cannon in his corner, locks up with the almighty Reverend Ace Dallas. His almighty syndicate partner, General Kiesel, will be in his corner.
Byron Simmons, the pea-brained hemorrhoid on steroids, is suddenly showing up for the injured Zoe Cannon. Now, took him long enough, but this best friend act is no match for the almighty Reverend. And remember, he has the equalizer on his side, General Kiesel. Get the tissues ready. Zoe's gonna be consoling the seeing star strongman when it's all over.
And finally, the passionate protagonist, Just Jay, is in singles competition against the debuting Mr. Good Luck, Sam Adams.
Once again, Just Jay finds himself in the ring with someone with a lot more ring experience than him. Now, Sam Adams has been doing it for what, 23 years? Now, let's just say Jay might jump around the ring like a frog, but he better have a strategy or he's gonna croak.
Three Legacies Wrestling, Spirit of the Ring, Saturday night, June 28th at Fusillo Gym on the campus of Millersville University. If you've never been to a show before, let me suggest that you make this your very first one. Lucha Libre Wrestling comes to Central Pennsylvania, and you are in for quite an experience. For tickets, visit 3lwtix.com. It's the biggest show of the year, Red Rose Rumble 3, Saturday night, September 6th at Penn Medicine Park, home of the Lancaster Stormers, with appearances by the Latin sensation Tito Santana, 3LW heavyweight champion Savio Vega, 3LW founder Ricardo Rodriguez, and several more big names to be announced very soon. Reserve your seats now at 3lwtix.com. After the in-ring action, let's meet up after the show for the after party taking place at Aruga's on South Centerville Road in Lancaster. Good food, good conversation with your favorite 3LW stars. Meet us on the upper level right after the conclusion of Spirit of the Ring. Well, that's going to do it for another edition of 3LW Special Report. Before we go, you know, you said some not so nice things about several people, Lotta Dollar Bill. You want to maybe issue an apology?
You know, I do.
For real?
I want to apologize for having to share this screen with you. You're biased and you're not even check facts, and you're sucking up all the air, Ramone.
Really? Okay. So, say that again, but this time look into the mirror, okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we have for this episode of 3LW Special Report. For Lotta Dollar Bill, I am Ronnie. We'll see you at ringside.
Design and media. Discover the art behind the visual magic.